Hi, I'm Ashley Borden. Welcome to Perfect Form, you guys. You guys, I'm so excited. I'm finally gonna be showing you how to do a full body rollout. I know I always have this roller in every single video. This is my whole guide that I have available for you guys to download for free on my website, ashleyborden.com. So I'm gonna take you through all the moves. You're gonna do this for a time what feels good for you. So I'm just gonna show you each body part, but you can spend as much time or as little time on each body part that feels good, all right? So let's get started. We're gonna start with your quads. And you're gonna start right in the middle of your legs, okay, on your forearms, and you're gonna roll from the top of the hip to the top of the knee. All right, so as you do this, you wanna make sure that you're keeping your belly button pulled in, keeping your core tight, and you're gonna do this guy with your feet straight. You're gonna do it with your feet turned out, okay? And then you're gonna go pigeon-toed feet. When you feel a sticking point, put the toes down, bend and extend the leg that you feel that little knot, and then move down, bend and extend, and then you're gonna keep on rolling. All right, so those are your quads. And now let's move to your IT band. So your IT band starts up in here, moves all the way down by the knee. A lot of times people who feel knee pain, or if you're feeling really tight in your hips, IT band is great. You're gonna start right in the middle of the leg, and I want you to base yourself on your forearm. And you're gonna roll side, up and down. Again, you wanna make sure your core stays tight. All right, now if you don't feel this, if you've been rolling out for a while, double stack the legs, and you can go forward and back that way. Same idea, when you hit a sticking point, foot goes down, bend and extend the leg where you feel that little knot, and then move up or down on that, bend and extend, and keep on rolling. And again, you're gonna do both sides of all this, but I'm gonna show you guys one side as we go. All right, so those are your IT bands, and now we're gonna move to your TFL. So your TFL is right along the side. You can feel it when you lay down and you move your foot side to side. For some people, it feels like it's a very high, tight muscle near the top of the hip. So same position you're gonna be on your quads, right? You're gonna be on the quad. You're gonna turn your body slightly to the side, and you'll feel it when you hit it. If I'm turning this way to the side, it's right up at the top, and you're just gonna do that little guy right there. I kind of call it the angry line because it hurts, but it's so good. Really releases a lot of that tension in the quads, into your glutes. Okay, and then the other side, you're gonna angle and up and down, right on that guy. Oh, that feels good. All right, same thing. When you feel something that feels sticking when you're doing it, you can stop, bend and extend the leg, and then little roll out. And then again, you can go back and do the whole leg in between. Okay, so that's your TFL. And now let's move to your inner thigh. So inner thigh, the position of the roller is super important for you to get the pressure on your leg. You're gonna start where you're on your tummy, and you wanna bring the roller so it's about at chest level, all right? You're gonna turn the roller away from you, and then you're gonna throw a leg over it, all right? So you need that angle. If the angle is the opposite direction, you won't be able to get your foot on there. So we're gonna angle it to the side. You're gonna go on your forearm so you have that pressure. And notice I'm using my back toe to base myself, and then I'm gonna roll all the way from your insertion point at your groin to the knee. Now, for some people, this feels very uncomfortable and painful. As you roll out and you keep on doing it, it becomes less and less painful, and then sometimes you actually need like a harder surface for you to feel it. All right, so same thing. As I roll, it's also gonna be a lot more sensitive closer to the knee. When I feel a sticking point, I hold, I extend through my heel, and I bend. Extend and bend. You wanna kind of shut off this leg as you're doing it, as you're going, okay? So that's the inner thigh, and again, you're gonna do both sides, all right? Next, we're gonna move to your piriformis, which is also piriformis, glute, hip area up here. All right, you're gonna sit back, hands back like I'm kind of sitting on a park bench. You're gonna cross your leg over like a cowboy, so not like a lady, all right? And then you're gonna drop the knee down. When you drop that knee down and you're going forward and back, you will feel when you're on it, all right? Because it'll kind of feel like, whew, all right, I feel it. That's your piriformis. This guy, especially when you sit all day, gets super tight, and then it shuts off your glutes. So then you feel like, how come when I exercise, I can't feel my bum? This is why. So you really want to make sure that you roll out your glute, roll out your piriformis. Okay, again, you can also extend the leg, turn it off, like keep it like a dead leg, and then roll up and down if that feels more comfortable for you. All right, and again, you're gonna do both sides, and you choose how long you wanna do on the spots of your body that feel the tightest. Okay, so we did your piriformis, now we're gonna move to your hamstrings. You're gonna bring the roller underneath you, all right? Now again, some people don't feel this because either your muscles are too dense or you might have been rolling for a while and the foam isn't gonna be enough. So I like to sometimes use a foam roller and maybe a PVC pipe so I can switch whichever body part I need to have more dense surface so I can feel it. This guy would probably use a PVC pipe, but I'm gonna keep it consistent with this. So legs, you're gonna base yourself up and you're gonna go from the tush to the bottom of the knee, okay? You don't wanna roll over your joints ever, forward and back. And if you can't feel this and you need a little bit more tension, more pressure, cross one leg over and you can go back and forth, okay? Also, you can kind of stay on that guy, rotate forward and back. You can do it with both legs, move up, forward and back. And make sure that when you're doing this, you actually like using the core. It's like you're doing an exercise as you're rolling. I don't want you to just feel like you're sitting into your shoulders. Always be really aware of your posture in every position that you're in, all right? So this is your hammies, your hamstrings, and again, you spend the time on what feels the most comfortable for you, all right? So now we're gonna move to your calves. You're gonna bring the roller all the way out, okay? And when you base yourself with your calves, you want to start down by the Achilles. So start at the bottom. You're going to cross your top foot over for pressure, and then you're going to rotate side to side, okay? When you feel a sticking point, again, when you feel something painful and you're like, oh my gosh, that's tight, hold, and you're going to do a big circle with your bottom foot, like you're drawing a big, big circle with your pinky toe one way, and then big circle the other way. All right, and then you're gonna move up on your calf, same thing. Rotate side to side, use that top leg for pressure, all right? And then when you hit a sticking point, big circle with your bottom foot, both ways. And then of course you're gonna do the other side, same thing. Make sure you do not skip your calves. A lot of women and men sometimes like, I don't need to do my calves aren't that tight. I hate to remind you guys, it's all connected, all right? So you want to do the whole body. Make sure you also do your calves, all right? Next is going to be your shins. Shins are awesome, especially for people who are runners, if you're in heels. I feel like most people absolutely neglect their shins and they get shin splints and they don't know how to correct it. So this is a great way of getting into that area that's kind of hard to reach. So here's how you get in the position. You're going to go hands in front. You're going to lift the leg up. And then you're gonna cross the leg over so it's like a 7, all right? And then I'm gonna keep my hands based in front and I'm gonna go forward and back, right on the shin, okay? And again, if you can't feel this, you may wanna have a little bit of a denser roller, but this guy is really good and I feel it. And you can also use your opposite hand, your opposite hand for pressure if you need a little bit more. Same thing, you can stop and do a big circle if you need to, if you feel it feels really tight. All right, and just finish that guy up. And again, remember, you're gonna do both sides. So now we're gonna move to your upper back. And the upper back feels so good, especially if you sit a lot or you're carrying a lot of heavy stuff or kids and babies. So you're gonna start right at the shoulder blade, all right, the base of your shoulder blades. You're gonna interlace your hand behind, there's a bone right at the base of your head. You're gonna interlace your hands there so that way you rest your head in your arms. You don't wanna hold your neck up because you're gonna feel a lot of tension in the front of your neck. So you just wanna let that head rest and you're gonna use your feet to roll from the base of the shoulder blades all the way up to the top. And as you do this, if you need it deeper, if this isn't enough, bring the elbows in, you'll feel a deeper massage. And if you need to get a little bit deeper on the in between the shoulder blades, angle one elbow up and then you're gonna roll up and down on that side. And then same thing, go back to center, angle the opposite elbow up, and you're gonna roll up and down. And that's a great way to get in between the shoulder blades, get that upper back and into the shoulders. It should feel so good. All right, so you're gonna do your upper back as well. And that also helps with getting rid of that kind of back fat area. So when you're actually doing your lat pull downs or your pulls, you can get a deeper contraction, which also will help your muscles come in more and get a little bit more defined as well. All right, so now we're gonna go into your lats. So your lat position from there, you're gonna go on your side. You wanna start at your armpit, okay? You're gonna rest your head again in your hands, so that way you're not holding your neck up. And you're gonna go forward and back, all right? When you start up by the armpit, you might not feel it as deeply because it's a little bit, you have a little bit more tension going on underneath the armpit and the lat connection, but as you move down, you're gonna move it down in between your ribs, you'll start to feel it more. And notice when I'm going back, very important, when I'm going back, I'm not letting my head roll back. I'm staying forward, so I feel like, it's kind of like I feel like I have a neck brace on. And go forward and back in between the rib cage, and then one more time down, forward and back, and take your time. I would also say with this guy, for some people who are really sensitive, use the foam one for in between your ribs. If you're super muscular and you don't feel it, then go ahead and use a denser roller. But again, this one you're gonna do 3 spots down on your lat, and then you're gonna go to the other side. All right, so now we're gonna do your triceps last one. So triceps, same position that I'm in that I did for my lats, and I'm gonna bring my arm out, so I'm starting in the center of my arm, and I'm gonna base my hand for pressure. If when you're rolling, this is too intense, again, you can use your pressure to hold yourself up from it. If you don't feel this, go ahead and put your head down on your arm, and you can roll forward and back. Notice how my palm is up when I'm rolling. Okay, so I'm not forward because that kind of closes off your tricep. Keep your palm up, keep your fingertips open, don't clench. And you're gonna roll forward and back. And again, if you feel a sticking point, you can bend and extend on that guy. You can also kind of roll forward and back. You can really kind of get creative with the rolling, but the one thing you don't wanna do again is you don't wanna go over any joints. I don't want you to roll out your stomach. And when you're using the density of the roller, you will feel discomfort, but you don't want it to be so uncomfortable that you feel like, oh my gosh, I have to get off this immediately. So you will go through a little bit of discomfort when you're starting. As you do it more and more, the discomfort will decrease, and then you'll probably want to go up to a more harder surface, PVC pipe or rumble roller or any of those. All right, guys, so that was your full body rollout. And again, you can roll out before you work out. If you've had a really intense workout and you want to roll out afterwards, that's great. You definitely can roll out on days that you don't exercise or at the end of the day in front of the TV to relax. There's no bad time to do it. But most importantly, like I always say, I want you to connect to your body.